Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. Well, it looks like the Ninth Circuit has found yet another way to delay some very important Second Amendment cases. Let's talk about what's going on.
We have to remove the word may and insert the word shall. Shall provide this right.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here. So you guys know that the Ninth Circuit loves to drag their feet, especially when it comes to Second Amendment cases. They will draw them out for as long as possible. I mean, we have some cases currently before the Ninth that have been going on for the better part of a decade now. I mean, we had Duncan, which was waiting on Rahimi. Then we have Miller, which is waiting on Duncan. And we have other cases before the Ninth that are extremely important that have had oral arguments months ago, and we haven't heard a single thing from the Ninth Circuit. Two of those cases, which are extremely important, I've got an update for you on today, which is going to be May v. Bonta and Carolero v. Bonta. These are two cases that are challenging California's Bruin Response Bill, which is better known as SB 2. This is the bill that created a law that would essentially ban people from carrying in California because it, one, makes the process to get a new permit so difficult that a majority of the people can't even get it, you can't afford it. It takes forever, the background checks are extensive, the cost is it's very expensive, and then if you do get a permit, you can't even carry anywhere because just about every place is considered a sensitive location, including streets, sidewalks, parking lots, and other obscure things that people wouldn't even think about. Well, we have an update in that, and I think it's another way that the Ninth Circuit is going to drag their feet on this issue as well. So May v. Bonta and Carolero v. Bonta are two very similar cases. They're so similar that each case has sort of been merged together, and the Ninth Circuit is considering both of them. Now, the issue that I have is that now we have a new letter that's been sent to both the plaintiffs and the defendants, so to each of the parties and to the DOJ, that says now what we want is we want another update. We want another brief from each of you that's due within the next 21 days that can't be any more than 15 pages long that explains what effects Rahimi would have on this case, or what effects Rahimi did have on this case. And so now each party has to look at Rahimi, break Rahimi down, and then provide details on whether or not it helps and or hurts either party's case. And so now that's going to be a completely new aspect to this case. So while we thought that the oral arguments were over, right, everything was good to go, and now the Ninth just has to make a decision, now it's back to the paper process again, where they have to reread everything and redetermine everything all over because of a case that really didn't change all that much. In some ways it hurt us, and in some ways it helped us. Now, one of the ways it helps us in this case, just so you know, is that it said that you can't ban people for being irresponsible. That's one of the things that California was trying to do with their process for obtaining a permit. If you're some type of irresponsible person, then California is saying that that's a disqualifier. Now, that's just one of the things that could help us out here, but that's not really the topic of today's video. This opens the door for the Ninth Circuit to, again, delay another case like this, and that is kind of what I think is going to happen here with the Ninth Circuit. So instead of just waiting for an opinion now, we have another 21 days before those 15, up to 15-page reports are given to the Ninth Circuit, and now the Ninth Circuit has to consider those as well, and we don't know what the Ninth Circuit is going to do with that information. There's several different things that the Ninth Circuit can do. The Ninth Circuit could simply remand it back down to the district court level to be reheard post-Rahimi, and so the district court might end up with those cases again, and they'd have to be relitigated all the way back up to the Ninth Circuit once more. That's just one of the things that the Ninth Circuit could do, but it just gives them another out to drag their feet on another case like this. Again, this is a case that hasn't been around for that long. This case is sort of in its infancy when you compare it to other cases like Duncan and Miller, which again are on the top end of that decade level, right? So we have basically the Ninth Circuit using Rahimi now in just about all these cases because they did the same thing for Duncan, right? They've asked the parties for these briefs. California has already supplied their brief in Duncan, and they're going to ask for it in all of these cases. And so each time we get something new from the Supreme Court, they're going to find a way to drag these out even more. And I wanted to make you guys aware of that because I know a lot of people are waiting on this decision. This is extremely important. Thankfully, we're currently sitting under an injunction on the sensitive location aspect aspects of this bill. So it's not like we're suffering under it like Duncan or Miller, but it's still something that's going to come down the pipeline, right? We know that we're going to expect a decision in this, and that will have an extremely huge effect on carry in the state of California one way or another. Now, I know we haven't talked about this in quite some time, not since the oral arguments were held months ago. I did a pretty extensive breakdown of those oral arguments, but while we were waiting on a decision in this case, apparently they were waiting on a decision from Rahimi, and I didn't know that, and now we know that it's going to continue on while they wait for these new briefs, and they have to go over these new briefs and so forth. And this is an extremely important case because it's going to have a huge effect on carry in California, no matter what side this falls on. So again, this is one that a lot of people are waiting on, and one that we need to pay attention to closely, because the powers that be, they're working to make sure that the state wins, so we need to watch everything very closely. So I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. You guys have a great day.